Good morning, all. Today, we are basically discussing one of the most important things as far as college admission is concerned. When we are looking at a college admission, the first thing which comes to our mind is that we have to be academically excellent to get into the good college. Yes, of course, this is the cornerstone for any student. But if we are looking at the top colleges, then it requires a lot of preparation, and those preparation goes beyond academics only, because all the students who are applying there are basically the good student and coming with a more or less same academic score. What makes us different from the rest of the crowd is our own persona as a student, what we call the profile building. As a company, Head and Renault, we are working in close relation with the student by handholding them to bridge that gap between the university and the aspiration of the student. As we are discussing that, once we are looking at the top college, top university, there are multiple factors which determine a student eligibility to get into a good college with a desired course. The first and foremost thing is the academic excellence. When I'm talking about the academic excellence, I mean the score from class 9, 10, 11, and 12 predicted score. Why 12 predicted score? Because most of the time when we are making application, we do not have the 12 score because we apply 1 year prior to the starting of the class. Then what we are passionate about in which can be reflected through the extracurricular activity. I may be good at singing, I may be good at drawing, I may be good at sports, etc., etc. Those extracurricular activity would play a pivotal role in terms of building a student persona. Then comes to the profile building. So we'll be discussing in detail about the profile building activity and what are the things we should emphasize on and focus on. Apart from that, one of the most important pillar is the standardized test score. So once we're looking to study abroad, exams like SAT, IELTS, UCAT, there are multiple exams depending on the course and country we have to be prepared for. And that would be the screening process to get into the next level. Now, as a company, we are helping all the student as a one-stop solution. We help the student in terms of the test preparation. We help the student in terms of profile building. We help the student in terms of career guidance, all the necessary documents which are required as a part of the application, then guiding the student in the scholarships to the visa assistance. And these things are applicable across undergrad as well as postgrad students. Now, as I was discussing about the activity beyond classroom, which would basically the unique thing depending on each and every persona, each and every student. So what we should be basically engaged in. The first thing we are engaged or we should be engaged in terms of leadership, community services, because see, leadership is not only about taking the lead. Leadership is taking the responsibility, doing the initiative, so that the team can be motivated. You can motivate the larger audience, and also you can take the responsibility of failure and the success at the equal spirit. When we're talking about the extracurricular activity, there might be a question that lot of activity we should do. It's not the case. See, I always say quality is more important than the quantity of services or the activities. So you start with 10 activity, then you continue with 5 activity or 3 activity, and you continue till the time you are passionate about. This long-term association and commitment basically gives you an understanding about the subject you are passionate about, and the admission committee of the university would be very much keen to see your association with a particular activity for a longer duration time. So apart from academics, your passion is very important. And along with the patient, the dedication to that patient is also the same important role played by the activity. When we are talking about the patient, it can be projects, it can be hobbies, it can be any interest or skills you have. It can be like blogging, creating photography, doing coding, any other activity which you are very much keen to do when you get a leisure time in a productive way, of course. You can also get involved in multiple activities in NGOs. You can do something in your school team. You can do something as a part of school club. You can even start a new school club. You can do something which can showcase. You can lead the projects and bring about the changes. I believe we have now touched upon the basic understanding of what is profile building and what are the things is required. Now, profile building, why profile building is important for any university admission? Because when we look at the scenario of India or abroad, the NEP 2020, New Admission Policy 2020, New Education Policy 2020 is quite emphasizing on skill development. Because in this world of competition, it's not the knowledge, it's because the skill which counts the most. So more skillful you are, better the chances for you to shine in future, even in terms of admission and post-admission of the college. Scientific understanding of the student's strength through artificial intelligence-based psychometric, what we take as a first step to understand the core strength of the student, and we suggest the student accordingly. When we talk about the psychometric test, that gives a clear understanding to the student, the parent, the school, and the counselor that what is the core strength, what is the gray area, and how we can hone our skills and improve the gray area to our own advantage. As a company, we are always working closely with the school system and we assign a single point of contact for you as a student for any query, anything which you might be involved in, you might have query, you might have doubt to address at the shortest possible time. This hand-holding process would basically help you in the journey starting from profile building to the visa process under one roof. So let's take some example about what are the profile building activity, which can be used by the student from class 9 to 12. The first thing is the industry internship. Now, when we talk about the industry internship, I have clearly mentioned it's a remote industry internship. That means you would be given a task of 30 to 100 hours. You would be given a mentor by the company, and it can has to be sorry it has to be completed within the stipulated time. It would be evaluated by the mentor, and based on their feedback and analysis you will be getting the chances of improvise your projects or internship and getting a certificate for that. And along with that, they are also are going to be the recommendation for your college admission. So they are the potential referee. More you focus on the quality of the internship, the better the chances of getting a good recommendation from the companies. Now, when we talk about the projects, there are multiple projects based on the interest of a particular student. So let's have a snapshot of many of the projects. For example, a lot of students are very keen, especially in the robotics club or the coding. So you are going to do something on the same line and upload a video, what you have done so far. Once you are uploading that video, you are basically showcasing the things from A to Z, how you are conceptualizing your concept, then what are the things you are doing, how you are facing the trouble or the obstacles, how you are overcoming that, and what is the final product. The moment you showcase those things, The learning and development team of the committee can see your potential innovation, out of box thinking, and that would make you unique among the crowd. And I have just cited one example. It can be hundreds of examples based on the individual interest of the student. Here are some of the summer school programs we can help the student with. Now, when we talk about the summer school, we have to understand that we have to use our time very efficiently so that those time productivity can be used as a stepping stone to get admission, be it India or abroad, in a good college in a good subject. So we have hundreds of summer program. There can be some summer program which are online. There can be some summer program which are hybrid. That is, a part of them would be online, part of them would be the offline. And also, if you want to get the essence of the university and want to see how the university works abroad, so we also help the student in the offline summer program where you'd be spending 2 weeks or 3 weeks with the university people and the student from across the globe. So here are some of the summer programs where you can help you. The Vedic maths, psychology, financial literacy, photography, creative writing, astrophysics, business program, then stocks and investment. There are many things which we can help the student into. Same logic also applies to the student who are planning to go abroad for a summer program. And you can use that time after your class 9th or 10th or 11th exam is over and the next class is yet to start. Now, we have discussed so far about what are the things we have to do and how we can build our profile. But that comes with a proper planning and strategic approach. So we have to know what are the timeline is required, in which class, what are the things we have to do, and how we can achieve our own dream. So class 9 is the time of exploration because this is the time you have just got admitted in the first year of the high school. When I talk about the high school, I start 9, 10, 11, and 12. You are not a adolescence anymore. You have to explore. You have to explore your horizon. You have to explore the hobbies. Of course, academic focus is very important. Again, I am saying, then you can explore your interest. You may have multiple things, but once you explore them, then it would be easy for you to converge upon and devote your time and energy in the time to come. So development of growth mindset is very important. Community service, yes, of course, you have to be sensitive, and I'm pretty sure most of you are sensitive in terms of the approach. You also can participate in many of the competition, be it intra-school competition, inter-school competition, regional competition, etc., etc. And though we are living in the age of technology, but it has a bad effect because sometimes we are losing the habit of reading. More we read the books, more we get into the depth of the writing, then more analytical we are and more innovative we are. And communication skill we can only develop if we have a balance between reading and visual learning. Now, in the class 9, we have explored whatever our interest area. Here we have to test ourselves in the interest area what I'm standing on. If I think I'm a good photographer in the regional level, in the school level, in the district level, where I'm standing. If I think or I perceive myself to be very good at debate, then what is my standing? So deep involvement on the patient is very important. Then you start the preparation for the test prep. When I talk about the test prep, as I mentioned earlier in the discussion, the SAT, TOEFL, IELTS, UCAT, etc., you have to now start preparing because now you have a substantive knowledge and you can build the next bridge based on those knowledge. Summer opportunity we have already discussed. Again, I am saying class 10th is the important factor. So no point we can lose focus on the academic excellence. For somebody who is creative enough, somebody who is very good at painting, somebody wants to get into something which is more creative in nature, drama, theater, photography, fashion, etc., etc. So they also need to build a portfolio. So this is the time when you should start building a robust portfolio. More the options you have, more the creative side you have, then by the time you are applying, you can converge them, you can sort them and make the most presentable one. And here is the time when you can build up your leadership quality as well. Class 11 again is the time when you have some more time to spare apart from academics. So here is the time when you choose the right subject. The which stream I have to go. Class 9 and 10, as a student, I'm preparing everything. Now, 10th, after 10th is the time when we are selecting the stream. We are selecting the subject. And these are the things which are going to play the important role in the subject we are going to take at the UG level. So choosing the right subject is very important. You should, what you are doing as a part of your passion and extracurricular activity, please continue them. As a part of articulating of thought, writing skill is very important because whatever you are writing, the person on the other side may not see you, may not meet you, may not talk to you, but your writing would be the reflection of your articulation of thought. So developing of writing skill is very important at this point of stage. Here also we can work on the internship opportunities. Class 12 is basically the continuation of the same list, but here we are more focused on the final stage of profile building, that is the finalization of college list. Here we know that which are the subject I'm applying to. When we know the subject I'm interested in, then we have to finalize that which are the best universities available for those colleges. When we know the college, we know the subject, then we have to work on the requirement to fulfill the college admission criteria. That is the personal statement, that is the skill development, that is the leadership role, that is the community service, etc., etc. Now, when this is done, we are ready to bang upon and process our application. Now, here we can see that there are two, three things which are quite alien so far for a student. What is maintaining a strong performance? As I'm saying that we are applying or we are processing our application at the start of class 9, ideally. So the strong performance throughout 9, 10th, and 11, the growth would be important part to evaluate, and the 12th predicted score. College application we have already discussed. Now the school teachers or the school counselors would be playing an important role in terms of issuing the recommendation. Their recommendation would be taken very seriously by the admission committee, and that recommendation also can take you to a university admission, can take you through the scholarships, etc. As a part of the application, there are essays which you need to write. So you need to finalize that what are the topics. They will be giving you 10 topics. So you have to select one or two topics to do. Once your application process is complete, some of the courses, some of the university would like to more about you through the interview. So we are going to prepare for the interview as well. When interview is done, everything is done, you are basically applying for the scholarship, which will be a moral booster, which will be economic cushion for you as well as your parent. And please understand, please note, scholarships or financial aid is not offered to every student. These are the privilege offered to the few of the most academically and otherwise qualified student. So you have to apply as early as possible, showcase your highlights and achievement to be eligible for scholarships and financial aid. As you can see, we have 100% success rate in terms of the offer. This year, we have achieved more than 8 crore scholarship across multiple discipline for our student. And here is a glimpse of our success stories. So I'm submitting my presentation for today. I'd be happy to address any of your queries if you have right now. I'm happy to address them. Whoever has any query or doubt can raise their hands in the group and we'll be addressing them. So what my request is that you have our numbers. We would be more than happy if you would like to contact us one-to-one session, one-to-one discussion in details, and we can give you more insight about the profile building activity, importance of profile building, and how we can get into the best colleges. Thanks for your time. Thank you, students.